Headway 5th edition pre-intermediate students book by Liz and John Sawers and Paul Hancock. Published and copyright Oxford University Press 2019. CD3. 7.1 My Favourite Things.
Hello and welcome to My Favourite Things. Today I'm talking to the German photographer Matt Henneck. Welcome, Matt.
Hi.
So let's start with your favourite actor. You've chosen Daniel Day-Lewis. Why do you like him so much?
He's such a brilliant actor. I just love him in all his films. He's so talented, but he only does what he wants to do and believes in, which I think is great.
Yes, he certainly deserves his 3 Oscars. And what about the world of sport?
Well, I'm a football fan and Bayern Munich is my team. I'm crazy about them. I always find them exciting to watch. And for me, they're simply the best, even when they aren't.
You're a real fan. Now, your choice in music is interesting.
Yes, Bach. I think his music is very special, unique, in fact, and it's never ever boring. And of course, my favorite musician is my partner, the pianist Hélène Grimaud. She's the coolest. You're always in the best hands when she's playing for you.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, now to food.
Well, I really like simple country food. And I'm German, so my favorite meal is probably Nuremberg sausages and sauerkraut.
Nuremberg sausages. I've never heard of those. What are they like?
They're quite small, a little bit spicy, and so delicious.
I must try them. And your favorite book?
I'm a great fan of the American writer Cormac McCarthy, and I've chosen his Border trilogy.
I've never read his writing. What's it like?
It's amazing. It's almost like poetry.
Oh.
His books are sad in some ways, but always full of hope.
Well, I'll put him on my reading list. So, finally, your favorite TV program?
Oh, I thought The Americans was fantastic. It's a series about Russian spies living in America in the 1980s. It's quite shocking sometimes, but it can also be very funny.
7.2 What's Berlin like? 1.
What's Berlin like?
It's a really exciting city. There's so much going on all the time.
What's the weather like there?
It's okay. It gets hot in summer and very cold in winter. And we do get quite a lot of rain. But people don't go there for the sunshine.
What are the people like?
Berliners are great. They're a very interesting mix. It's a very cosmopolitan city and it attracts unusual people.
And what are the buildings like?
Oh, amazing. Lots of them are famous and historical, but there are some fantastic modern ones too.
What are the restaurants like?
They're brilliant. You can find food from every country in the world, and some great traditional German food too.
What's the nightlife like?
It's fantastic. There are lots of really good bars and clubs and some wonderful theaters and concert halls. It's the best thing about Berlin.
7.3 Matt's favourite city.
Do you travel a lot, Matt?
Oh yes, I often go with Hélène on tour. We've been to Tokyo, Munich and Santa Barbara recently.
And what are they like?
Well, they're very different cities. Tokyo is obviously the biggest and the busiest. It's much bigger than Munich and much more modern.
And is it more interesting?
In some ways, yes, but I think they're all interesting cities. And in fact, for me, the best and most interesting is Santa Barbara.
Really? Why?
Well, it's much smaller than the other two cities, and it isn't as exciting. It doesn't have Tokyo's skyscrapers or Munich's history, but it's unusual to find a city that's so beautiful and calm, and so green.
Santa Barbara sounds like the best city for relaxing. And what about food? Which is the best city for food?
Oh, for me, Tokyo has the most delicious food. Simple and fresh. I just love Japanese food.
So is it better than sausages and sauerkraut?
I don't know about that.
7.4. Which is bigger?
Tokyo's bigger than Berlin. Berlin isn't as big as Tokyo.
7.5. Who's cleverer?
Who's cleverer, you or Ben?
Me, of course. I'm much cleverer than Ben. He isn't nearly as clever as me.
7.6. A poem.
Good, better, best. Never, never rest. Till your good is better, and your better best. Good, better, best. Never, never rest. Till your good is better, and your better best.
7.7. General knowledge quiz. 1.
Monaco is much smaller than Malta, but Vatican City is the smallest country, less than half a square kilometre.
2.
The Eiffel Tower is nearly as tall as the Empire State Building, but the Burj Khalifa in Dubai is the tallest by far, 828 metres.
3.
The Atlantic Ocean is bigger than the Arctic Ocean, but the Pacific Ocean is the biggest. It's twice as big as the Atlantic.
4.
The Japanese bullet train isn't as fast as the Italian AGV Italo. The Shanghai Maglev is the fastest train at 431 kilometers per hour.
5.
The lion is more dangerous than the shark, killing about 100 people every year compared to the shark's 10. The hippopotamus is the most dangerous. It kills about 500 people a year.
7.8. Best for the job? Age.
Adam Bates is the oldest. He's 32. Jasmine Wyland is the youngest. She's only 26. Rachel Slater is a bit younger than Adam. She's 30.
Present salary.
Adam earns the most. He has the highest salary by far, £32,000. Jasmine doesn't earn nearly as much as Adam, only £25,000. And Rachel earns quite a lot more than Jasmine, £28,000.
Experience.
Adam has the most experience, but he doesn't have much more than Rachel. They both have a lot more experience than Jasmine.
Qualifications.
Rachel is the most qualified. She isn't much more qualified than Adam, but she's a lot more qualified than Jasmine.
Happy to travel.
Adam is happiest to travel, and Rachel is a lot happier to travel than Jasmine.
7.9. The best things in life are free. Jane.
Oh, I think there are lots of things I like that don't cost anything. Let me think. Sunsets. There's nothing more beautiful. My house is on a hill opposite some fields, and in the evening, when I look out of the living room window, I see some amazing sunsets. And, well, friends and family are the most important thing in my life. I've just become a grandmother to the most gorgeous baby boy, and hugs are free. I love hugs with all my grandchildren, and they're something that money can't buy. But my youngest son still lives at home. He certainly isn't free. He costs me a lot of money.
Robin.
Well, I work in an office in the city, and for me the best thing is being in the countryside. I don't mind what the weather is like. Even if it's rainy and windy, it's great to be outside, in nature. I like to be on my own when I go walking. It's a great time to think. But I suppose I do spend money driving to the countryside, so if you really want something that's free, then the park is the next best thing. There's a lovely park near my flat. It's got a small lake and some wonderful trees, and I often go there for a quick walk after work. It's the easiest way to put the day's work behind me.
Charlotte.
Well, I don't have to pay for much in my life, just sweets, because I'm only 8. But I think the best thing for me is playing with my little sister, Ava. She's only 4, so I'm a lot older than her. I've also got a brother, Dominic. He's 6. But he doesn't like the games I like, so he isn't as much fun to play with as Ava. She's always waiting for me when I come home from school. She thinks I'm the best person in the whole world. We usually play hospitals or schools. I'm the doctor or teacher, of course, because I'm the biggest.
Ella.
Definitely the best thing in my life is being with my boyfriend, Alex. Of course, we sometimes do things together that cost money, like going to the cinema, but we don't need to spend anything to have a good time. We often just go out for walks or sit around chatting. He makes me laugh so much. He's the funniest person I know, and he's also the nicest friend anyone could have. We've been together nearly a year now, so it feels like our relationship just gets better and better. I think I'm really lucky.
Oliver.
The best thing that's free in my life is my dog, Fudge. My uncle gave him to me for my 13th birthday. He was a puppy and he's 11 now, so we've grown up together. He was so cute as a puppy, but I think he's even more beautiful now. What's he like? Well, he's very loving and he's also a bit crazy and he's great fun to play with. He may be getting older, but he's still far more energetic than I am. I'm always more tired than him after a walk. And I know it's very lucky that I haven't had to take him to the vets very often, because that definitely isn't free.
7.10. That's nice.
It's a nice day, isn't it?
Yes, it's nice.
But it wasn't very nice yesterday, was it?
No, it wasn't nice.
7.11. A lovely day.
It's a lovely day, isn't it?
Yes, it's beautiful.
But it wasn't very nice yesterday, was it?
No, it was horrible.
7.12. Synonyms. 1.
I'm scared of spiders.
Well, a lot of people are frightened of big ones.
Yeah, but even the small ones are a problem for me.
2.
Let's check the answer key to see if it's right.
Yes, it's correct.
Oh, good. I really wasn't sure about that one.
3.
It's strange that Dave left without saying goodbye.
Yes, that is unusual.
Maybe he was in a hurry today.
4.
I think I'll find it hard to drive on the left when I'm in the UK.
It'll be difficult at first, but after a while you'll be fine.
I can't imagine it. It's the wrong side of the road.
5.
Are you happy with your new phone?
Yes, I'm very pleased with it. The camera's fantastic.
I think I might get one of those myself then.
6.
Tommy's a clever boy, isn't he?
Yes, he's very intelligent for a 10-year-old.
I've had some very adult conversations with him.
7.13. Antonyms. 1.
This film is so boring.
It isn't very interesting, is it?
2.
It's so noisy in this restaurant.
Yes, it isn't very quiet, is it?
3.
That man was really rude.
Yes, he wasn't very polite, was he?
4.
That was so stupid of you.
Yes, it wasn't very clever of me, was it?
5.
These plates are dirty.
They're not very clean, are they?
6.
Pat always seems so miserable.
Yes, she never seems very happy, does she?
7.
This computer is so slow.
It's not very fast, is it?
8.
Oh, it's really cold in here.
Yes, it's not very warm, is it?
7.14. What's on?
What should we do today?
I'm not sure. Let's have a look. How about going to the cinema?
Oh, no. I don't feel like seeing a film.
Okay. What about an exhibition?
Maybe. What's on?
There's Modigliani at the Tate Modern.
Not my kind of thing. What else?
There's an exhibition called Living with Gods, about beliefs in different cultures.
That sounds interesting. Where's it on?
The British Museum.
Oh, good. The British Museum's free.
Yeah, but this is a special exhibition and it's £15.
Oh, okay. We can get the tube to Russell Square. What time is it open?
They're open 10 till 6. And we could go to a silent disco at the London Aquarium afterwards.
Oh, I'd love to. Come on, let's go.
8.1. Kurt Weiner. Big wave surfer.
Kurt, do you have to be very fit and strong to be a big wave surfer?
Yeah, you do. You have to be strong in mind and body. It's a fantastic sport, but a dangerous one. I find doing yoga helps me a lot.
Yoga?
Yeah, a lot of surfers do yoga. You have to learn to hold your breath, and yoga helps with that. And, of course, it helps you keep calm when things get difficult.
I can understand that.
I've learned to hold my breath for over 4 minutes. That was one of the first things I had to learn. The bigger the wave, the longer you have to do it.
4 minutes. Wow. Kurt, did you have to start surfing when you were very young to be as good as you are today?
I can't remember when I didn't surf. My dad took me before I was 2 years old.
So, do you have to start young if you want to be a good surfer?
Well, you don't have to, but it helps. And living here, it's the natural thing to do. It's just part of life on Oahu.
You say you have to keep fit. So, how often do you train?
Well, I don't have to train every day, but I do most days. I go swimming underwater. I go to Three Tables Caves near my home. It's great for breath-holding practice.
And do you travel to surf?
I do, a lot. I've been to surf spots all over the world, from Mexico to China. But right on my doorstep is one of the most famous waves in the world, the Banzai Pipeline. It's a fantastic ride.
Kurt, you're a lucky guy. I hear you have a surf school too. Can you teach me to surf?
8.2. You don't have to, but it helps. 1,
Kurt, do you have to be very fit and strong to be a big wave surfer?
2,
You have to be strong in mind and body.
3,
You have to learn to hold your breath.
4,
That was one of the first things I had to learn.
5,
Kurt, did you have to start surfing when you were very young to be as good as you are today?
6,
I can't remember when I didn't surf.
7,
So, do you have to start young if you want to be a good surfer?
8,
You don't have to, but it helps.
9,
I don't have to train every day, but I do most days.
8.3. Questions and answers. 1,
Does Kurt have to train hard?
Yes, he does. He has to train very hard.
2,
Why does Kurt do yoga?
Because surfers have to hold their breath for a long time.
3,
Do all surfers have to start young?
No, they don't have to, but it helps.
8.4. Pronunciation. 1,
I have a good job. I have to work hard.
2,
He has a new surfboard. He has to train a lot.
3,
We had a good time. We had to get up early.
8.5. Advice from Dr. Drew. A,
Dear Adam, before you do any more exercise, you must see a doctor. You must find out how serious your injury is. If it's not too bad, then you should do gentle exercises at first. Perhaps some exercises in water, a little swimming perhaps, or join a yoga class. And you must walk before you run again. You absolutely mustn't run until it has completely healed.
B,
Dear Millie, the fact is that to get to the top in sport, you have to train very hard and keep very fit. This could be the chance of a lifetime. I don't think you should talk to just your friends. You must talk to someone else about how you feel, and this should be your parents or your coach. I don't think you should believe all your friends say about having fun. Maybe they're jealous of your special talent.
C,
Dear James, you should make exercise a part of your daily life. You shouldn't sit at your desk all day. Perhaps there is a gym near where you work. Keep some sports clothes at work and go there for just 15 minutes in your lunch break when you can. You don't have to exercise for long periods. Just 10 minutes every now and then helps. When you travel, you should stay in hotels that have a gym or a spa. And if you want to lose weight, you shouldn't have too many big business dinners in expensive restaurants.
D.
Dear Cheryl, oh dear, I think you should try a different kind of exercise. I don't think you should exercise alone. It can help if you do it with other people. What about a sport such as tennis or perhaps dancing? There are all kinds of dance classes. You're sure to find one you like. One of the best exercises is walking, and you don't have to do this alone. You should ask a friend to go with you, and then you can chat and exercise at the same time.
8.6. Giving advice. 1.
I'm hopeless at all sports.
You shouldn't worry about it. Lots of people aren't sporty, but you should make some exercise part of your daily routine. Walking more quickly can help.
2.
I can't sleep at night.
You must do more exercise during the day. Why don't you walk to work? And you shouldn't drink so much coffee just before bedtime.
3.
I don't like my brother's new girlfriend.
I don't think you should tell your brother. I think you should try to find some good things about her.
4.
I've got an important exam tomorrow, and I'm really nervous.
I don't think you should study any more today. You must get a good night's sleep tonight. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll pass. And if you don't, it's not the end of the world.
5.
A boy in my class is bullying me.
You must tell your teacher, or ask your mum to talk to the teacher.
6.
I fell off my bike and banged my head. Now I've got a bad headache.
Oh, that looks bad. You must go to A&E immediately and get an X-ray. I'll drive you. I don't think you should go alone.
7.
Oh, my computer's behaving very strangely.
Mine does that all the time. You should do what I do. Turn it off, wait a while, then turn it on again. It's the only thing that ever works for me.
8.
My car's making a funny noise.
It sounds bad. You mustn't drive it. You should call the garage.
8.7. A health quiz. Answers. 1.
You shouldn't skip breakfast. This is not true. Skipping breakfast does not necessarily make you unhealthy. However, the fact is that people who do have breakfast are more likely to look after their health generally. They eat healthily and exercise regularly, so they're more healthy anyway.
2.
You should weigh yourself regularly. This is true. Weighing yourself regularly helps you to keep a healthy weight. But you shouldn't do it too often. Not every day. Once a week is enough.
3.
You must always warm up before hard exercise and cool down after. Yes, this is a good idea. Some fast walking to start, and perhaps some yoga or Tai Chi afterwards.
4.
Swimming is one of the best forms of exercise you can do. This is true. Some people say that swimming is the perfect exercise for the body. Tai Chi is also very good because it is both movement and relaxation. And don't forget walking. It's a simple but powerful way to keep healthy, as long as you do it in comfortable shoes.
5.
You should do 30 minutes continuous activity
rather than 10 minutes 3 times a day.
This is not true. Best is short periods of 10 minutes, but it's fine to do both. You should try to do at least 150 minutes a week.
6.
You should always exercise until it hurts. No pain, no gain.
This is not true. You don't have to feel pain when you exercise to keep fit. Do it slowly at first. Little and often is better. And then build up to harder, longer exercises.
7.
If you want to lose weight, you should drink water after a meal.
No, you should drink water before a meal. It helps you feel full. And you won't eat too much.
8.
If you don't feel full after a meal, you should wait 15 minutes and see how you feel then.
This is a good idea. Sometimes you want to eat more just after a meal. But if you wait 15 to 20 minutes, your food fills your stomach and you start to feel full.
9.
You should always choose water over other drinks to rehydrate after exercising.
Not true. It doesn't have to be water. Any non-alcoholic drink will rehydrate you.
10.
It's better to exercise in the morning rather than the afternoon or night.
Not true. There is no best time. The important thing is just to exercise. You can do morning, afternoon, or night.
8.8. Andy Lambert, a stuntman's story.
Andy, I've often wondered and never asked, how did you become a stuntman?
Well, I first thought about it when I was at school. I always loved sports, all sports. Athletics, swimming, even pole vaulting, anything and everything. And I loved climbing trees too, so I thought, I'd like to be a stuntman.
Really? You actually had the idea at school? It's not a job many people think of.
Well, I did. But then I thought that the people doing it had to be very special in some way, so it couldn't be me. But eventually, when I was 29, I had the courage and got started. 29 is quite late for a stuntman.
So, what were the first jobs you did?
Well, I worked as a film extra at first on some TV dramas. I was the person sat at the bar, or just one of the crowd. But at the same time, I worked at other skills. You have to do that. Horse riding, high diving, and martial arts, of course. I did judo competitions, and I built a portfolio of photographs of myself.
You really planned it carefully then?
Yeah, I was keen. And finally, I got my first job. It was on a film called Onegin, a Russian romantic drama with Ralph Fiennes. I was doubling for Toby Stevens, Maggie Smith's son.
Oh, yeah? Then what?
Well, after that, I got work on a Bond film, one with Pierce Brosnan. When he comes crashing through a restaurant window in a speedboat? That was me.
I saw the film. I didn't recognise you.
Oh, that's good. You're not meant to.
I know. So, how do you prepare for a film like that?
First, you have to talk through the stunts with the director. So, for example, if you're going to fall out of a window, you have to talk about how he or she wants you to move in the air and land, hit the ground, you know.
Whoa, Andy, it sounds so dangerous. Have you ever been injured?
Not too much. I'm lucky. Just a few bumps and bruises. But a lot of stuntmen and women do get injured. Sprained ankles, broken arms and legs and the like. If you think about it, if you have to fall off a horse, say, 10 or 12 times in one day, you're not going to feel great.
I'm laughing, but...
Actually, there was another injury.
What was that?
Well, I was going to do a really big film. In Greece, it was Captain Corelli's Mandolin with Nicolas Cage. And then, just before I had to leave, I sprained my ankle.
Oh, what a shame. How did you do that?
Well, I was running in my local park and I fell. Can you believe it?
You're kidding. You don't do much stump work now, do you?
No, I don't. I haven't done much since I married and had kids. My wife was pleased when I stopped. But my sons love to hear about when Dad was a stuntman. I still love a bit of danger in my life.
OK, how about a game of squash with me now? That's enough danger for me.
8.10. The doctor's diagnosis. 1.
I can't stop coughing and blowing my nose.
You've got a cold. It's just a bad cold.
2.
I've got a fever. My whole body aches and I feel awful.
You've got flu. Just go home and go to bed.
3.
It hurts when I walk on it.
You've got a sprained ankle. It looks quite bad. You should go for an X-ray.
4.
I keep going to the toilet.
You've got diarrhea. It's probably something you've eaten. You can get some pills from the pharmacist.
5.
My glands are swollen and it hurts when I swallow.
You've got a sore throat. Let me see. Yes. It's tonsillitis.
Oh.
6. I keep being sick and I've got terrible diarrhea.
You've got food poisoning. It will pass in a few hours. Oh dear. The toilet's just over there.
7.
I start sneezing when I'm near a cat.
You've got an allergy. Lots of people are allergic to cats. You can take antihistamine pills. You can get a packet from the chemist.
8.11. Seeing the doctor.
Hello. Come and sit down. What seems to be the problem?
Well, I haven't felt well for a few days. I've had a bad headache, and now I've got a sore throat.
Any sickness or diarrhea?
No, I haven't been sick or had any diarrhea.
Do you feel hot?
Yes, especially at night. I can't sleep because I feel hot, and I start coughing when I lie down.
OK, I'll just take your temperature. Can I just pop this in your mouth? Yes. You do have a bit of a fever. Now, let me see your throat. Open your mouth wide, please.
Can you hear?
Pardon?
Can you see anything?
Yes, your throat looks very red. Does this hurt?
Ouch!
And your glands are swollen.
Is it serious?
No, not at all. You just have a bit of a throat infection. You should have antibiotics. Are you allergic to penicillin?
No, I'm not.
Good. Now, you shouldn't go to work for a couple of days, and you must drink plenty of liquids. Just take things easy for a while. I'll write you a prescription.
Thank you. Do I have to pay you?
No. Seeing me is free, but you'll have to pay for the prescription. It's £8.80.
Right. Thanks very much. Goodbye.
(9.1) Questions about Moolah. 1.
Where was Moolah walking when he saw the man?
Along the road, through the woods.
2.
What was the man carrying?
A dirty old sack.
3.
What did the man do when Moolah took his sack?
He sat down and cried.
4.
Where did Moolah put the man's sack?
In the middle of the road.
5.
How did the man feel when he got his sack back?
Very happy.
9.2. The story of Mula and the miserable man.
A wise old man called Mula was walking along the road through the woods when he saw a man walking towards him. The man was carrying a dirty old sack. He looked very unhappy, and when Mula asked him why, the man told him his story. He was all alone because his wife had left him, and he was also poor and homeless because he had lost his job and his house. "Everything I own is in this old sack," he said. "My life is miserable." And he walked off. After the man had gone a few yards, Mula ran past him, took his sack, and ran into the woods. The man was afraid to follow. He had heard it was easy to get lost in these woods. "Now my life is even more miserable," he said, and he sat down and cried. Meanwhile, further down the road, Mula came out of the woods and put the man's sack in the middle of the road. Finally, when he had stopped crying, the man set off again, walking slowly and sadly. Suddenly, he saw his sack. "My sack!" he shouted. He picked it up. Everything was still inside it. He was overjoyed and walked happily on towards the city, singing as he went. "Well," said Mula, "that's one way to make someone happy." The moral of the story is, appreciate what you have, however little.
9.3. Questions about the story. 1.
Why was the man all alone?
Because his wife had left him.
2.
Why was he poor and homeless?
Because he'd lost his job and his house.
3.
Why was he afraid to follow Mula into the woods?
Because he'd heard it was easy to get lost in them.
4.
Why was his sack in the middle of the road?
Because Mula had put it there.
5.
Why was he so happy?
Because he'd found his sack again with everything still inside it.
9.4. Pronunciation. 1.
He lost his job. He'd lost his job.
2.
We'd missed the bus. We missed the bus.
3.
They'd all left. They all left.
4.
But you met him before? But you'd met him before?
5.
I'd checked the doors. I checked the doors.
6.
She'd asked everybody. She asked everybody.
9.5. 1.
I got a fabulous view of the Alps as we were flying over them.
2.
I felt tired all day yesterday because I hadn't slept much the night before.
3.
Just as I was falling asleep, the neighbour's dog started barking.
4.
Tom's new girlfriend seemed familiar. I was sure I'd seen her somewhere before.
5.
I was nervous before the flight because I'd never flown before.
6.
My brother rang me while I was out shopping.
9.6. The Professor and his Driver.
Professor Higgs, one of the world's top
astrophysicists, was giving a 6-month lecture tour of universities around Europe. He only had one more lecture to give before the tour ended. Higgs didn't like flying, so he travelled by car. He had his own driver because he was too tired to drive after he'd finished his lectures. One morning, as they were driving to the last lecture, his driver, Harry, said, "You know, Professor, I always sit in the hall when you give your lecture, and I know it so well by now, I think I could give it myself." Of course, Harry was only joking, but Professor Higgs knew Harry was a clever man, and he wanted to test the idea. As soon as they arrived at the university, the professor and Harry swapped clothes. The professor then sat quietly at the back of the hall while Harry gave the lecture. Harry had a fantastic memory and gave the lecture perfectly. He waited until the audience had finished clapping and started to leave the stage. Suddenly, someone stood up and said they wanted to ask a question. Harry listened to the long, complicated question, and then he spoke. That's a very good question, and although it seems a difficult one, the answer is actually very simple. In fact, it's so simple that I'm going to ask my driver to answer it for you.
9.7 Discussing Grammar 1.
I went to bed when I'd done my homework.
2.
After I'd driven 200 miles, I stopped for coffee.
3.
She bought a car as soon as she'd passed her driving test.
4.
I didn't go to live in Italy until I'd learnt Italian.
5.
Although I'd enjoyed reading the book, I didn't like the film.
6.
His mother sent him to bed because he'd been naughty.
7.
I'd burnt the chicken, so we went out to eat.
8.
Jill invited me to stay for lunch, but I'd arranged to have lunch with Joe.
9.8 An interview with Liz Davis.
Hello and welcome to Bookworld. This week in the studio we have Liz Davis from YAP, Young Adult Publishers. Liz, many people get confused about the difference between children's literature and young adult literature. Are they sometimes the same thing?
Yes, they can be. Some of our books are for children as young as 12, and they aren't very different from other children's books. But many of the novels we publish are for 15 to 18-year-olds, and the stories and subjects in those are not what you usually find in children's literature. They're, well, more adult.
Now, children's literature is very big business at the moment. Is that because of the recent popularity of young adult fiction?
No, not really. We're in a golden age of children's literature for all ages right now. And it isn't the first golden age. There have been 3. The first came in the 19th century, with the earliest fantasy books for children. Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan were the first novels where ordinary children had adventures in a magical world.
And until then, children's books had been quite serious and educational, hadn't they?
Oh, yes. People thought children's stories should teach them morals. They were about children getting into dangerous situations in life because they behaved badly, and only the well-behaved children managed to escape. There's a lovely story called The Storyteller by a writer called Saki, which makes fun of this idea.
And when was the second golden age?
In the 1950s. There'd been the Second World War and the atomic bomb,
and a lot of children's stories were now more serious, about saving the world from evil. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings is a good example, and C.S. Lewis's The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. It's not just the children in the story that are in danger, it's everything.
And isn't that true of a more recent example of young adult fiction, the Harry Potter series?
Yes, although I'm not sure it's correct to call the Harry Potter books young adult fiction. They were the first children's books that people of all ages read, from the very young to the very old. It's only the later Harry Potters, when the children become teenagers, that are more like young adult literature. But they're still not typical examples, because they're all about the problems of using magic. Modern young adult novels are usually about the ordinary, everyday problems that teenagers experience.
So the stories aren't set in fantasy worlds anymore?
No, not so much. Some are. The Hunger Games books, for example. But most young adult literature is set in the very real world that teenagers live in.
Too real for some parents.
Yes, that's true. In the past, people often complained that young people's literature had never shown the reality of teenage life. Now, many parents aren't happy to find their children reading books that go into so much detail about relationships with the opposite sex and about alcohol and drugs.
And how do you feel about that?
Well, these problems are part of life for teenagers today, and I think it helps if they see people learning to get through them. What I don't like is when young adult novels end miserably. I know most teenagers like to be miserable sometimes, but I think they're looking for a happy ending, really.
9.9 The Storyteller Part 1
It was a hot afternoon, and the hour-long train journey had only just begun. There were 5 people in the railway carriage, 2 young girls and their brother, sitting with their aunt, and a young man who was sitting alone in the corner. The young man had already begun to think he'd chosen the wrong carriage to sit in. The children were hot, tired, and bored, and behaving badly. The youngest girl was singing the first line of a song over and over again.
Oranges and lemons, say the bells of St. Clement's.
Everything the aunt said began with don't, and everything the children said began with why.
Don't put your feet on the seat, Cyril. Why not? Because you'll make it dirty. And don't stare at the man. Oh, look at those sheep in that field.
Nearly every field the train had travelled past had had sheep in it, so the aunt's surprise was difficult to explain.
Why is that man taking the sheep into the other field?
Asked the younger girl.
Perhaps there's more grass in that field,
replied the aunt.
But there's lots of grass in both fields.
Well, perhaps the grass is better in the other field. Why is it better?
Came the immediate question from Cyril. The young man was looking annoyed.
I imagine he doesn't like children,
the aunt thought.
Come and sit over here, all of you, and I'll tell you a story,
she said.
(9.10) The Storyteller, Part 2 The Aunt's Story.
The children did not look at all excited by the aunt's offer. They'd obviously heard her stories before, and this one was very boring indeed. It was about a beautiful young girl who worked very hard and behaved perfectly. Everyone in the village loved her. One day she fell into a lake, and of course, everybody ran to save her immediately.
So they saved her because she was so good?
Asked the bigger girl.
Exactly so,
said the aunt.
But that's silly,
said the girl.
When people are in danger, You always try to save them. You don't ask whether they're good or not.
Well, perhaps they ran a little faster to save her because she was so good.
The aunt replied,
Oh, how stupid.
said the girl,
It's definitely the most stupid story I've ever heard,
said Cyril.
It was so stupid, I didn't even listen to it.
The younger girl said, and began singing the first line of her song again.
You're not a great success as a storyteller,
said the young man suddenly from the corner.
Well, it's not easy to tell stories that young people can understand and enjoy.
The aunt replied, sounding stressed.
I don't agree,
said the young man.
Well, perhaps you would like to tell them a story then,
she suggested.
Okay,
said the young man, and he began.
9.11 The Young Man's Story.
Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was a little girl called Bertha who was very, very good.
The children looked disappointed. They had hoped for a better story from him.
She was always well behaved and worked hard at school because she wanted to please her parents and teachers. She was never late, never dirty or untidy, never rude, and she never told lies.
Was she pretty?
Asked the small girl.
Not as pretty as you,
the young man said.
But she was horribly good.
The children were suddenly interested. Using the word horribly with good was unusual, and they liked how true it sounded.
Bertha was so good that she'd won 3 medals for it. One said never late, one said always polite, and the third said best behaved child in town. She wore them every day as she walked around town, so that everyone knew how good she was.
Horribly good,
Cyril reminded him.
Yes. Well, the king had heard how good this girl was, and he invited Bertha to tea at the royal palace. Bertha wore her best dress, which was very white and clean, put on her medals and walked through the woods towards the king's palace. But in the woods, there lived a big, hungry wolf. He quickly saw Bertha's clean white dress through the trees. Aha, thought the wolf. Lunch. He moved quickly and quietly through the trees towards Bertha. Bertha saw the wolf and ran, but it was difficult to run fast because of the medals. She hid in some bushes, but she was shaking with fear, and the wolf could hear the medals clinking together. He caught her and ate every bit of her, except for the medals, of course.
Oh!
9.12 The End of the Story.
What a terrible story to tell young children,
the aunt complained.
No, it's not. It's the most beautiful story I've ever heard,
said the smaller girl.
It's the only beautiful story I've ever heard,
said Cyril.
Well, at least I did manage to keep them quiet for a while,
said the young man as he got up to leave the train.
Goodbye.
(9.13) How did you feel? 1.
I was scared because the lights had gone out.
2.
I was jealous because my sister got the biggest bedroom.
3.
I was nervous because I hadn't sung in public before.
4.
I was upset because my best friend had forgotten my birthday.
5.
I was disappointed because the restaurant wasn't very good.
6.
I was proud because my photo won first prize.
9.14 Talking about feelings. 1.
Sometimes I feel really homesick.
I'm sure you do. What do you miss the most?
2.
I've got too much work to do.
You'll manage. You're just stressed right now.
3.
I'm worried about my driving test.
It's normal. I was nervous when I took mine.
4.
We're going to have a baby.
Oh, that's fabulous! I'm delighted for you both.
5.
I get upset when people are so horrible.
Well, remember that people can be really nice too.
9.15. Exclamations with so and such.
That was such an amazing film.
I was so scared.
9.16.
I was so surprised.
It was such a shock.
I've had such an awful day.
You have such crazy ideas.
We had such terrible weather.
There were so many people in town.
She sings so beautifully.
I've got so much work.
9.17. 1.
This is such a good novel. You must read it. Do you want to borrow it now?
2.
Don't watch that film on your own. It's so scary. I had my eyes closed for a lot of it.
3.
Susie and John are such nice people. They're always so friendly and helpful.
4.
There are so many pizzas to choose from. I can't decide which one to order.
5.
Why are you driving so fast? We're not in any hurry.
6.
Oh, you've made such a mess in the kitchen. Come and clean it up now.
7.
I've spent so much money this week. I should leave my credit card at home.
8.
That was such an amazing experience. It's the first time I've been to an IMAX cinema.